last week we started talking about friendship. We had a story side by side and we talked about friendship and we talked about like friends make each other better. So I tell you what we're going to do. I'm going to show you three things, remind you of three things. Let's set this computer over here. And this is things that you should know about friends. First thing you should know is that friends make each other better. And friends make things more fun. And the other thing you should know is that friends help each other. So we talked last week and we said friends kind of go together and they make each other better, like chips and salsa or peanut butter and jelly, things like that. Tonight, we're going to talk about something else. Tonight, we're going to talk about how to be a good friend. So I have some cards here and we're going to sort them. We're going to put in a pile things that you can do to be a good friend and things that you do not do or things that good friends do not do. Can you help me? Are you ready? All right, I'm going to show the picture and you're going to help me decide. So the first picture I have is I can take turns with a friend. Is that a good friend? Yes, taking turns is a good friend. So I'm going to put that in this pile right here. What about, does a good friend yell at you? No. A good friend would never yell at you. So we're going to make that a friend does not pile. We'll call it that. Let's see what else we have. How about someone that tells lies on you? Would they make a good friend? No, 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 no. So we'll put that in this pile. A good friend does not tell lies on you. Let's see. What about a friend listening when you're speaking? Or you listening when someone else is speaking? Would that make a good friend, being a good listener? It would. You're absolutely right. I can listen when my friend is speaking, and that's a good way to be a friend. My next card, how about this? Would a good friend ignore you? You know, like pretend you're not there? No, a good friend would not do that. So let's put this in this pile. A good friend does not ignore you. My next card says, I can use kind words with my friends. Would a good friend use kind words? Absolutely. Yes, very kind words. That is very, very important, boys and girls. Always speak kindly to your friends. That's such a good thing to do. So we're going to put that in that pile. Our next one says, does a good friend make fun of you? No, that would never be a good friend, would it? To make fun of someone and laugh at them and make them feel bad. We don't want to do that. That's not a good friend. So we're going to put that in here. A good friend does not make fun of you. And I have two more cards. This one says, I can help a friend celebrate something special. Would that make a good friend? Yes. You know, sometimes that one can be a little bit difficult or hard to do because maybe you and your friend are competing against each other, maybe racing against each other, and your friend wins. And then you don't feel like celebrating with them, do you? But a good friend does celebrate with that friend. Says, congratulations. I'm happy for you. Gives them a pat on the back. That's a good friend. And the very last one is a good friend does not bully. Is that right? Absolutely. A good friend would never bully you around. That is not a good friend at all. So I think we did very well. Thank you, boys and girls, for helping me. Our story, we're going to move to our story, and our story tonight is another story about friends. It is called The Rainbow Fish. I love this story, boys and girls. It's such a great story. Now, as usual, we looked in the book to find a vocabulary word that you might not understand. And there is one, just one, and the word is peculiar. That has a strange sound, doesn't it? Yeah, And just like it has a strange sound, that's kind of what it means. Peculiar is an odd or a strange way to behave, something that's peculiar. So they're going to say that in the story. They're going to talk about rainbow fish having a peculiar feeling or a strange or an odd feeling after something that he does. And so I just wanted you to know about that word. But for now, I'm going to put my book down. I'm going to reach over here and I am going to open our story door and we are going to watch the rainbow fish. Are you ready? Here we go.
The Rainbow Fish by Marcus Pfister. A long way out in the deep blue sea there lived a fish. Not just an ordinary fish, but the most beautiful fish in the entire ocean. His scales were every shade of blue and green and purple, with sparkling silver scales among them. The other fish were amazed at his beauty. They called him Rainbow Fish. "Come on, Rainbow Fish," they would call. "Come and play with us." But the Rainbow Fish would just glide past, proud and silent, letting his scales shimmer. One day, a little blue fish followed after him. "Rainbow Fish," he called, "wait for me. Please give me one of your shiny scales. They are so wonderful. And you have so many." "You want me to give you one of my special scales? Who do you think you are?" cried the Rainbow Fish. "Get away from me." Shocked, the little blue fish swam away. He was so upset. He told all of his friends what had happened. From then on, no one would have anything to do with the Rainbow Fish. They turned away when he swam by. What good were the dazzling, shimmering scales with no one to admire them? Now he was the loneliest fish in the entire ocean. One day he poured out his troubles to the starfish. "I really am beautiful. Why doesn't anybody like me?" "I can't answer that for you," said the starfish. "But if you go beyond the coral reef to a deep cave, you will find the wise octopus. Maybe she can help you." The Rainbow Fish found the cave. It was very dark inside and he couldn't see anything. Then, suddenly 2 eyes caught him in their glare, and the octopus emerged from the darkness. "I have been waiting for you," said the octopus with a deep voice. "The waves have told me your story. This is my advice. Give a glittering scale to each of the other fish. You will no longer be the most beautiful fish in the sea, but you will discover how to be happy." "I can't," the Rainbow Fish started to say, but the octopus had already disappeared into a dark cloud of ink. "Give away my scales? My beautiful shining scales? Never! How could I ever be happy without them?" Suddenly, he felt the light touch of a fin. The little blue fish was back. "Rainbow Fish, please don't be angry. I just want one little scale." The Rainbow Fish wavered. "Only one very, very small shimmering scale," he thought. "Well, maybe I wouldn't miss just one." Carefully, the Rainbow Fish pulled out the smallest scale and gave it to the little fish. thank you so very much," the little blue fish bubbled playfully as he tucked the shiny scale in among his blue ones. A rather peculiar feeling came over the Rainbow Fish. For a long time he watched the little blue fish swim back and forth with his new scale glittering in the water. The little blue fish whizzed through the ocean with his scale flashing, so that it didn't take long before the rainbow fish was surrounded by the other fish. Why, everyone wanted a glittering scale. The rainbow fish shared his scales left and right, and the more he gave away, the more delighted he became. When the water around him filled with glimmering scales, he at last felt at home among the other fish. The end.
Boys and girls, did you notice how rainbow fish started to change towards the middle of the story? I have some words I want to show you that helps describe the way he changed. First, when he started out, he was bossy. He was rude. There's another word to describe him. And he was very proud. Those are not such good words, and they're not good characteristics